Hey everybody, welcome to Dr. Inferno Firebird plays The Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus. Yes, of course, this is the next one that has been suggested. I think it's a pretty good choice, if a little bit boring of one. I've played this game many a time, but hey, it's still pretty fun, and we do have Repentance coming out on the horizon, so I think that maybe doing just a little bit... I probably should have started up hard mode. Here, actually, let me go fix that right now. Yeah, it's like, getting into this, why not? It's... Regardless of how well-trodden ground this game is, I think that we all are it still remains a pretty fun series regardless of how many times you've seen it. And besides, coming back to a fresh save file, who doesn't like a good fresh save file? Get to see actual progress get made, get like the thrilling defeats when you would otherwise probably be completely fine in a more complete save file. There's a lot of good stuff that's potentially going on here. Not so much fighting lust in the very first room, but you know what? I gotta kind of like go trial by fire when it... Wow, we just right off the bat, eh? You gotta go trial by fire when it comes to relearning the ropes of The Binding of Isaac. And frankly, I'm not even going to go over like what this game is. I'm sure that anybody that's watching this right now is probably well aware of everything vis-a-vis Isaac and all of its relations. I mean, this is kind of like the granddaddy of your roguelite renaissance, I'd like to say. Kind of your combination of NetHack, I think, was a big inspiration, as well as Legend of Zelda, random generation, permadeath. You know it, you love it. I would rather have the arteries, and I also do see the tinted rock. There is no way I'm going to be able to get that over there. Also, I have... yeah, that's good enough. Can't believe that I actually managed. I mean, Brother Bobby, obviously, who cares? And sure. I spun the wheel. I do need more health. I mean, I did decide to go on hard mode, but that's because, hey, if you're going to town, go to town and Lincoln. You know what they say. Exactly what I just said right there. I mean, what can I even say? I mean, look, here's the thing. It was either going to be Isaac or the other thing that I had suggested, because of course I let it loose in chat. What I wanted to play next was Pathologic. And look, as much as I have really been enjoying Pathologic, and oh, you can believe how much I love a very purple prosy, weird art house indie game. I mean, come on, that thing is legendary for being inscrutable, and I like nothing else but an inscrutable game. It's like, that's also, come on, who's gonna want to watch that? Even when I tried out doing an hour of streaming it the other day, it was like, oh man, people weren't having it. I don't blame them. That's gonna be doc time. You're really getting to know the intimate nature of depressing, wordy Russian games. Oh well. Anyway, Binding of Isaac, like the plan here, I suppose, will probably be try to go for a 100%. Hey, nice nickel. Would try to go for a 100% run, but man, I don't know. Oh God, I forgot how desolate this place is in early game. Might as well just give me the key here. It doesn't really matter because I need to be able to open up the item rooms on the next floor. We're looking like it did 0% completion here. It is very much not looking good as far as what sort of items I'm going to have unlocked, so I'm going to need to get as many of them as possible. And hey, we're looking at the first floor. I probably should just take a little bit of damage and not even worry about it. But yeah, Pathologic. That game is great, and yes, I wanted to do HD OG Pathologic. We're not even talking about like one of the Pathologic 2 type of thing. Because I don't know, I like the style of that game a little bit more. But then again, wordy, and not a whole lot happens in each episode. Well, I mean, we got Binding of Isaac now. I mean, I've done Enter the Gungeon, obviously Dead Cells. What other, like, big series of that sort? I guess I did Dungreed. I don't know if I would necessarily count that in that same sort of... It's definitely got, like, same sort of feeling to it, but I wouldn't really say the exact same thing. I'll look forward to, like, Slay the Spire and Darkest Dungeon coming up next. I've said before that every single game that I get suggested, it is either going to be something that I've already played on the channel already. That's a lot of alreadys, but you know what I mean. Or it is something that I have already played a lot in my own time. And, well, guess what? The other thing that was suggested, aside from aside from The Binding of Isaac, was Sekiro, which again, I have already played on the channel. So if I didn't institute, sure, good enough. Thank you, Arteries. So if I didn't institute the whole no repeat games, that's like a super tiny, oh no, I guess it's almost 1 for damage up. I'll take it, sure. Yeah, if I didn't institute the no repeat games, we would have seen another repeat game. I guess there's items that are, not items, endings I have yet to get in Sekiro, but still I don't. Look, that would be the 5th game now that I am playing that I have already played before, and that is getting a little bit ridiculous. 1, kind of funny. 2, still pretty funny. 3, 4, 5, now we're just, you can't go any farther than that. That's too far. I won't allow it. I refuse. Oh, let me think here. This is completely like new tabula rasa save file. What is going to be like the best? Is Tech X unlocked? I think you might. No. Getting like multiple versions of Tech unlocks Tech Point 5. So I think I still have a chance to get that, which would be pretty good. Brimstone, I believe, is always unlocked, but of course, as you know, you do need to get like a. You do need to go get like Devil Deals in the first place, and that's a special item and everything. So there's a it's very unlikely that I'm going to be seeing that. But I suppose hope springs eternal. I mean, aside from that, it's like, man, any sort of like your basic type of just stats is what I could really use right now. I thought that guy was gonna drop a Soul Heart. Well, I suppose that's my fault. And also, speaking of getting any sort of Devil Deal, I would really like to get a form of Soul Heart right now, but I don't think that is likely to happen unless I find a very lucky Tinted Rock somewhere around here. Ah! I'm okay. Okay, there. That was the exact reason why I wanted to buy the key from the last floor anyway. Just get right to that. I mean, hey, aside from that, this will make for a pretty good, like, daily sort of series. Something that I've been trying to do a little bit more lately, and I've been mostly successful with, I'd like to say. I mean, especially with something that only takes like a half hour as opposed to an hour and a half of Dead Cells. Look, I love you, Dead Cells. You're a great game. You're still my bread and butter, but it's like, hour and a half is so long. Still waiting on the latest episode of that thing to get uploaded. It is, I don't know, that's probably YouTube's fault, but still. Oh man, Champions with, I guess it is slightly more than normal base damage, but it's not too much more. Need a little bit more than this, I'll say that. Oh well, I mean, really, you know, aside from that, I am also trying to get like Dead Cells out to Wednesday and Saturdays at this point in time, so hopefully, oh, Bumbo! Oh no, that's just Bumfriend. Yeah, you know, Bumbo has a little bit different look. You know, despite playing a whole lot of Binding of Isaac, never actually played Legend of Bumbo. Feels like, ugh, man, you guys are just giving me nothing now, aren't you? I'm not even gonna bother re-rolling. Yeah, it's like, never actually played Legend of Bumbo. It seemed pretty interesting, but I mean, obviously, the sort of gameplay, it's a lot like the same thing with Exit the Gungeon, where, oh sure, it looks pretty cool, and as much as I did like Gungeon, it was also a very similar sort of game. Keep wanting to press R to explode that, but yeah. It's like it's a little too different of a game. It's a little too different of a game. I would prefer something a little bit more similar. But, you know, I think that just makes sense, where it's just like, hey, if I really like Binding of Isaac, I'm looking for more Binding of Isaac, not for something. I'm not, like, super into the branding of this. You couldn't have at least hit him with the thing, eh? Great. And that was also getting hit by one of the super huge tiers, which completely got rid of my Soul Heart. I mean, this is just Monstro, I know, but still. I would rather have at least a little bit of protection for ye old Devil Deal. I was talking about how, like, the Binding of Isaac is a very clear sort of path to victory in any one of the runs you're going to be doing. I'm talking specifically about get a Devil Deal and let it start to snowball from there. And if I don't get that, well, I'm just going to have to rely on playing well. And that's, well, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's not going to work out well for me. Sure, I might have beaten this game, but it's mostly due to a lot of overpowered combos and, like, exploitation of the clicker. Which, by the way, am I going to be exploiting the clicker? Yeah, get out of here. Am I going to be exploiting the clicker if I get it? Oh, you bet. Cool. I love it. Well, that's nice for the future floors, but yeah. Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter too much. Might as well do the full clear of the floor if I'm here anyway. I don't really think it's going to be entirely necessary, but there's no reason not to right now, is there? Ah, well. Oh, yeah, and also speaking of schedules, I think the other thing is going to be Persona on Wednesdays, or Wednesdays-ish. Didn't quite get that in the last few weeks, but hey, I don't think anybody cares too much about... Yeah, I did that on purpose, by the way. I don't think anybody cares too much about that series regardless. Look, as much as I love doing Persona, well, it's such a very strange relationship that I have with that series. It's not really one that I am, like, super excited to get to. I don't know. Like, I love the series, but I don't really like the game. What can I say? I think if you've seen that at all, you know what I'm saying. I got my issues with it, and it's not like they're getting any better with over time. Regardless of how many sick dunks are going to be occurring there. So, in other words, what I'm saying is that it's like, you do need to keep doing that mostly for, like, the whole, trying to get get better at Japanese more than anything else. I mean, that's kind of been the alpha and omega of that series now, hasn't it? And it has been going better. I mean, I'd like to say that this is a bad situation that I found myself in. I'd like to say that, you know, over the time that I've been doing that, I have been getting a lot better at, you know, doing the whole... This looks like something you should be able to explode, but I don't remember the floors in Binding of Isaac ever having, like, a whole style of you telling you where you're able to blow up stuff. And with Amnesia, I don't really feel like going and trying to find secret rooms, regardless of how many bombs I have right now. But yeah, it has been going, like, slowly better over time. I mean, especially trying to really hit up the whole, like, transcription thing as I've been doing. It's like, it's been better, but I always say that it's like, before I actually want to try to do any sort of, like, real translation stuff myself, I would prefer to, like, it to be immaculate, flawless in every single way, and I might as well wait until I'm done with Persona before I start really getting into that, after all. As much as I would really like to, you know, start to explore the realms of games untranslated by anybody, really. It's like, I could never live with myself if I did it wrong. Well, it's also one of those things where it's just like, well, if I was really serious about studying it, shouldn't I just go, you know, actually find somebody that knows the language, maybe talk with them a little bit about that? Yeah, but also no. Yeesh. I hate the host guys. I think that anybody that has ever played Binding of Isaac just has the same thing, though, so... I don't know. No, I guess I do have a chance at an angel room on this run now. Not that it's something that I'm really all that looking forward to, but that's a reason why I'm not going to be going into Ye Old Curse Room this time if I can possibly help it. I don't know. And I always keep trying to do it like stuff where I'm doing like streams related to like more studying and everything like that, but it never really, I don't know. I always feel like they're too boring. Like they could not even possibly. And nah, we'll forget about that. Oh boy, everyone's favorite. Sure, I suppose. Maybe. No, this thing is useless. What am I even talking about? The Blue Hourglass, you might at least be able to get, like, some of the donation stuff in, even as much as, you know... fun stuff. Even as much as everything else gets changed in this game, for some reason that was the one thing to decide to nerf, rip easy greed modes. But I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. Okay, how about this? Anybody watching this video, you know Japanese? You want to get together and, like, to teach me how your ways? Man. I mean, certainly if I had a lot better grasp of the language, it would be easier to continue doing Persona. Could get that series done faster, but then again, would it really be ooh, Diplopia. Yeah, well, I need money for that, though. Might as well see if I got this going on. Best case scenario, go find greed. Worst case scenario, get a little bit better chance at a devil deal. I mean, is it really best case scenario to find greed? No, but it would be best case scenario in terms of getting money, is what I mean. Maybe even get like a quarter. Hey, one of the things I still gotta do is like I'll start unlocking stuff, and that's gonna require beating like the 7 sins. That's gonna require getting X amount of cashola in a run. I think that's how I unlock Cain. Is that getting money? Yo, I'm gonna be real. I do not remember the basic unlocks of this. Screw it. It's like a 2-room recharge anyway. It's like I do not remember a lot of the specifics of unlocking characters right now, so it's not really something that is going to be particularly useful to me for some time. Unlocking characters. Besides, I'm sure that I'm going to probably, just kind of trip and fall into unlocking a bunch of the characters as they exist right now. You know, as much as I would like my bum friend to really be, I should probably not be running directly into enemies. I was just thinking, I can get the arteries to take it out. Which, when you say it like that, what? What? Oh well. It's not too big of a deal. Yeah, 100%ing a game like this, it is always one of those. I do like 100%ing games. I am a big fan of kind of getting the full experience of whatever I'm playing, but I do think that doing something like that on screen, is maybe not the best idea. Binding of Isaac obviously is something that has been in development for how many years now? Like a billion? It's maybe just going to lead to me. Oh, I died. Yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just gonna lead to pain on my own. Marked? Well, I do have it set up to do this. I guess I'll try to get something going on here. Ugh. Hey, if I get something like, why'd I even do that? I don't have another bomb. Hey, if I do get something like Brimstone or whatever, it is just an instant tears up, or I think actually tear delay down, which would work out even better for me. I don't know. I just think of that first run as being like your burner run. Like I say every single time I do streams, you always gotta have one as your burner run, and then past that point, you do better. It's also been how long? Whatever, I can throw out as many excuses as I want, but it doesn't really change the fact that I died there now, does it? Speaking of getting tears up, I would like to get some shot speed up to be able to move around this a little bit faster. I'll see how that goes eventually. I don't know. As it is, I'm just gonna be this is your exploratory rounds. Burner is maybe not the best way to put it. You try to get, you're here, you try and get used to the game again. You kind of know the basics of how everything goes, but you don't really. But it's been some time. Yeah, you got to get the grease into your joints. This is all a lot of things that make sense, right? Yeah, it is. Anyway, let's just strength right now, because I know, why not use it in, some other point that actually matters? I don't feel like it. I feel like just beating this guy right now and not worrying too much about it. Save it for, getting devil deals? Maybe actually getting, a real devil deal this time instead of one that just gives me 3 red chests? Not so much. Oh, I thought that was the half health guys. No, that's the one that deflects your shots away from it, which is annoying. Sure, why not? Clearly, at this point, I can use a lot more health. Let's stop living on the edge, Hey, Binding of Isaac, as a game, not gonna go there. Gonna see if I can get some soul hearts first. But Binding of Isaac as a game is one that is really based around getting the right sort of synergies, items that work together, or just big boy big stats. Either any of these sort of things are going to work. Whether it's some sort of weird item that just makes you do so much better, or an item that just purely gives you big stat ups. I'll take anything, really. That's just how it's going to go. And just swoosh right in here. Swoosh right out. It wasn't until people were making the whole swoosh comments, many, many years later, that I actually found out what that was even referencing in the first place. I still like occasionally referencing it, but I mean, I like referencing things because I'm an idiot, I guess. Because I'm the sort of person who's like, hey, I recognize that thing. That's funny. Rainbow Baby. Fun stuff. Who cares? Not even going to worry too much about it. It's even, like, this isn't even going to work with, like, marked as it's going right now very well. So, yeah. Who cares? And I was never really too much part of, like, the YouTube poop generation. Of course, I knew about, like, some of the more famous ones and everything, and I would have occasionally go and, like, and I've occasionally gone and found stuff, like, years later, but for, you know, the OG, like, YouTube, I wouldn't really count myself among those ranks. Sure, I would go on YouTube back in the day, but to be honest, it was really a lot of finding, like, a bunch of LPs, even back then. Although, needless to say, looking at, like, OG YouTube for LPs was kind of a fool's game because they did have that cap of 10 minutes. You were better off, like, going on Vimeo or even, like, Google Video back that existed. There's a lot of your, oh, yeah, old man reminiscing about the days. Old man, look at your life. I don't have any bombs right now, so I'm not really going to worry about that. If I could find any, I could maybe get, like, a lot of stuff right now, but hey, it's not really in the cards now, is it? Speaking of which, am I gonna do all the challenges? Did I get hit there? Okay, no. Am I gonna do all the challenges in Isaac? Maybe I'll just save, like, the really interesting ones for like, actually doing episodes on. Doing, like, sure, Dark was the night or whatever it is, not really gonna worry too much about that. But doing, like, speed, doing ultra hard, yeah, I think I gotta do that. I gotta kind of pick and choose what I think, like, the good episodes are going to be. And just not really, like, troll bombs? Yeah, I knew there was gonna be one. There's always one. And hey, at least now I can go get a lot of the stuff. Ooh, packed, you say? And... Oh, man, the pro moves right there. Check that out, my dogs. So, I think we are now looking at, one, gonna unlock Azazel immediately, but to me almost getting hit by those again. No, the ability to, as long as Mark doesn't hit my bombs out of the way, get in here pretty trivially. Alright, Pack gives you a lot of good stuff after all. Oh. Was that Lazarus, was that? I didn't even see. I was still moving around too much, I suppose. I don't really want to waste all my bombs going and... Yeah, can I get it? Got it, but... well, hey, maybe I'll get, like, Cricket's Head or something. Or just more bombs, whatever. Bombs for bombs, it's fine. And since I do have bombs, this is very likely going to be the place I want to go right now. Why do you even... Why does anybody ever bother with this sort of thing? I suppose I got my bomb back, but... What horrible cost. Anyway, oh, and... Well, hey. Cursed rooms always do have the good chance to contain some sort of devil dealy type things, or, well, whatever. You know, it's times like these. Oh, never mind. Hierophant is worth it. The Hierophant. This game taught me how to pronounce that correctly, which is good. I am happy about it, because after all, it's like, what other opportunities are you going to get to talk about Hierophants in this day and age? None. None opportunities. Was there something down here? I kind of vaguely remember something down here. Yes. Okay. Cool. That is actually, like, basically best case scenario. Though it didn't really get me too much of anything. I'm sure finding a bunch of secret rooms is towards another unlock. I mean, just booting up the game got me butter. So, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't booting up the game. Maybe it was actually, like, deleting a save file or something. I guess that would kind of make sense. Butter being, you know, very situational but interesting type of item. I don't know if that's unlocked for everything or each one of my save files, but I suppose we'll see soon enough what the case may be. Or Babylon is definitely something to try and get working for myself soon enough. Or maybe can get rid of a little bit more health, or even just find a blood donation machine. Temperance card would be quite nice right now. Blood donation machines also always being... Really? Bum friend again? I didn't even get enough coinage last time to make it worth getting this dude. He's just still showing back up. It's kind of crazy. Oh, well, just a chance of getting a couple more hosts? Yeah, no, perfect. Get me out of here. All right, well... No, this is kind of an interesting room. Blue Bomber is definitely going to also be another one of those challenges that I'm going to want to do on the... on screen here. I think that those are of the ones that I'm looking at right now, that one is gonna be pretty fun. Man, it's weird, like in my item rooms, marked so far might be the best item I get. It's kind of absurd in that way, but hey, you take what you take. Anything? No. And the thing is, it's like, unless I do some shenanigans, I'm not even gonna get the ability to go down into like areas where I don't have shops. Beaten Mom is kind of the start of each one of your runs, or is like the start of a save file. It's where it stops you. Great. A lot of useless, terrible pills at all times. I mean, starting out with minus tears was maybe one of the most damning things I could have done in that last run anyway. Not that it mattered too much in the long run now, did it? Because I died regardless. Oh well. That's Binding of Isaac for you. Don't really expect anything more or less at any point in time, if you think about it. Hosts, I swear to God. You gotta start working with me here. That said, you know, I am gonna be looking forward when we eventually get Repentance coming out, because now, I'll admit right now, I never ended up playing Antibirth. That was kind of a sort of blind spot for me, just mostly in spite of the fact that I do really like Binding of Isaac. I never ended up playing it, mostly because it did require kind of more of an installation process than most other mods, you know, coming before like the mod loader, and then maybe more importantly, not being compatible with later versions of the game that eventually came out, your Afterbirth and your Afterbirths Plus. Ooh, well, get like a golden key, that'll be something to keep in mind, but right now it's not really anything very relevant. It's also another one of those things that's just like high likelihood to give you nothing. So, risk reward is the order of the day in the Binding of Isaac, and it's almost never really worth said risk or reward. And I am not, and by the way, I do realize right now that I'm not going to use this key, because I am going to definitely want to go and use that. Well, I'll play the Eternal Chest once. Yeah, nice. Yes, what was I saying? I'm gonna want to go open up. Oh no, did I open that up? Oh right, it was Bum Friend. Nothing I get is of any use. I'll just do it. Eee, that's not great. Shouldn't have done it. Oh well. It's the sort of thing you just kind of expect sometimes. Get rid of these things immediately. Gertie's so easy, and yet. Oh well. Here's the thing. I got so much like a health padding from the many things that I've been picking up, as well as just the many soul hearts that I've been finding by itself, that I'm not really going to worry too much about losing out on my chance at a devil deal. And frankly, it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to be getting a devil deal here anyway, so whatever. I mean, we would have much better issues if I lost my major devil deal chance right now. Synth oil, sure. A basic damage up is always what you're looking for. More power, the better. That's just Binding of Isaac for you. The boy, if you will. Getting spun, though, would also be nice, too, though kind of nowhere near it as of right now. All right, well, anyway, hey, it is... it is going pretty good, all things considered. I'm pretty happy with this, even though, like I said, look at Rainbow Baby just struggling to do anything. And like Bum Friend struggling to do anything. And Marked actually kind of being okay, but like, you know, it's not... I don't know. It's everything else is doing pretty good though. It's like it's not an exceptionally good run. It's not an exceptionally bad run. It's going like perfectly okay, and there's little else to be said about that. I kind of am hoping for something a little bit more interesting coming up here soon enough, because it's like I would like at least the first episode to get some fun stuff going on here. Binding of Isaac, like I said, it is built a lot on like getting your big synergies and sort of working off of that. And right now, it just Marked is the most interesting thing going on here. Usually an item that I'd like to say a lot of people very much would be a never take type of thing, just because of how frustrating it is to get working in your favor a lot of the time. But it's like I just was, hey, tier delay down, that's good. And it is good. But, you know, also, it is what it is. Now, isn't it? I should try to find, like, a secret room, because this is looking pretty dire if I cannot get into an item room on this floor. He's so fun again. All right, Mega Fatty. More like Mega Jobber. Am I right, fellow WWE kids? I never watched WWE. What am I even saying? That's one of those things where it's like, even as much as so many other people watch it, I never got into it myself. It's not dissimilar to what I was talking about with the whole YouTube poop things, where it's like I mostly know about this sort of stuff from Little Chubby, everyone's favorite. Yeah. Told you I was gonna get Azazel soon enough. Well, anyway, yeah, it's like mostly something that I learned about later. People talking about especially people talking about it like while doing LPs. Hey, you get a pretty large wrestling fan market here, but for some reason, like, I just never got into it myself. I don't know, it's weird. You would think it would be something I'd be into with the big storylines and like overly complex type of. Ooh, Dimbulb. Doesn't matter. I don't have any sort of active items, but if I get one, oh man, you bet it's gonna get so much use. I guess. I don't know. Why not? I'm not gonna say it won't. It took me a second there for my brain to process, like, where exactly I would be able to go without hitting that bomb away from the area I wanted to be. Why do I even bother with this? Why do I even bother with anything? But yeah, it's like, even as people were talking about, like, you know, the more famous WWE stars, back when it was the WWF, before the World Wildlife Fund stripped it from Vince McMahon's hands with such prejudice. It's like, it seemed kind of fun, but I don't know. I don't even think like I ever watched it at all. Like, I never even gave it a chance, not even the time of day. And these days, it's sort of like, wow, Bomb Friend. I hardly ever see this guy. I mean, for good reason. Well, you gotta play this guy a million times to get Skatole and also the counterfeit penny, so I guess I might as well. Hey, at least Marked makes it easy to do, kill any one of the things. Too bad I don't have any regular heart containers left, otherwise I would absolutely be utilizing that right now. Or maybe just blowing up the various friends around here, because Bum Friend, if I knew Bum Friend wasn't gonna be paying out, I would have done that. Nah, well. Another thing was that, like, a lot of the video games you got, hey, there we go. One more. If you don't pay out right now, you're toast, son. That's what you deserve. Well, anyway, it's like, yeah, even like a lot of the wrestling games, I don't know. I never really got into a huge amount, because they're like so weird and technical. I think they're a lot like boxing games where it's not so much about really trying to you know, beat an opponent. It's about like getting their stamina down and something. There were certainly like some more arcade like that were close to fighting games, but even then, like fighting games, I don't really play a lot either. So yeah, hey, that'd be fun, something fun to suggest at some point in time. If I ever do have a request, like request straight up a fighting game, but at the same time, I also wouldn't really want to play a fighting game because hey, fighting games are multiplayer games, as you know. And that's a whole thing by itself. Dim Bulb seems like the better choice of anything right now. Ah, well. Really, just get here, get some more keys, which, hey, I'll take as many keys as I can possibly get. And what do you got? Nah, I don't even have any bombs to open up the stone chest right now anyway. Cool. Really utilizing all those hearts that I got from the various cool devil deals really well. Oh, well. No, speaking of which, no. Speaking of utilizing things very well, no boss rush for me right now. Not that I don't think I would really be taking that chance anyway. But hey, it is something you gotta cross off the list eventually, in one way or another. I suppose I don't even really. Now that I'm thinking about it, I started out with like hard mode and anything, nothing. Okay, started out with like hard mode, and then I never even like thought, hey, I'm not gonna be able to unlock anything unless I'm gonna be going to one of the sacrifice rooms, getting into the dark room. There's really no point to be playing this on hard mode right now, at least until I'm able to beat Mom once, and then you know kind of unlock some of the later parts of the game, and even then it's not really worth it because I'm going to be taking so long to grind up all the pieces for the Bomber Boy? Sure. 5 extra bombs? Yeah, I guess. Nah, I was really thinking that would be there. Oh, well, I'll just use this for, like, killing bosses later or something. I don't know. Frankly, I'll take whatever I can get right now. All right. I mean, and with Bomber Boy, it would be pretty easy to just, if I had enough bombs, to just take out anything right now fairly quickly. Oh, that's going to be something that I probably will be doing off screen, which is grinding out your basic you know what I'm trying to think of. Hit it! Oh man, Mark, please. The Polaroid and negative is what I'm trying to think of. All right, sure. Lucky Rock, good stuff. Lucky Rock's always pretty good for getting a lot of extra health, so I'm not gonna be too sad about seeing that. Also, more keys. Maybe even more important for the things I'm going to be doing in the future. Try not to accidentally walk into enemies, and yet do it anyway. But what do you want from me? That's just how it goes. if I get like a renewable source of soul hearts, I will go for the dark room right now. You know what? We'll just do that. It'll be fun and it'll be funny, and I think we'll all have a good time. At least that's how the way I see it. Oh man. No, that works. And here, 2 hosts. Great. Well, again, there's this whole question of like, why do you even bother with this stuff half the time? Oh well, maybe there will be. This would be a place to use a bomb, but like also at the same time, I'd rather just use that in the boss fight, whatever it's coming up. You never know if it's gonna be like the bad stuff. Cage or something. Hey, there we go. Almost missed that. Ooh, and I definitely would have missed that if I didn't do that. Ooh, what's this? Notice the Joker. Oh, well, this is, you know, and I was worried that it was going to be an uninteresting first. Oh, Greed's in here too? Weird. I was worried that this was going to be an uninteresting first run here, too. Nothing particularly good, though. Like, I don't know if this is... You know, bum friend, go for it. I'll let you... Maybe starter deck? The Jokester again? Might as well use it right now, then. Alright, get out of here. You. Maybe playing on the razor's edge a little bit, one could say. Balls of Steel, please? No, you don't want to do that for me now, do you? Perhaps playing on the razor's edge a little bit. However, he who dares wins, right? He who dares wins. I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about this run now. Like 100%. Is it worth it for a sack? I think it's worth it for a sack. I got like pretty good health right now. Yeah. If I can get like Dim Bulb working for me, that would also be nice too. Stars. I will use that right now. $3 bill. I'll take that right now too. Come on. Like, come on. You're taking so long, Mom's hands. Hurry up already. I got a nice pentagram down here for you. A nice pentacle of light down here for you. Yeah, I really want to watch out for those now, don't I? Come on. Come on. Please. All right, fool. Sure, whatever. The fool. And with the whole, at least I'll be able to find my way back to my Jokester card a little bit faster. At least that's the working theory. We'll see if it's the working fact right now. And then 5 would actually probably be something I want to go good. I'm just going to say right now. Of course, I get nothing there either. All right, there's no reason. I mean, look, with this sort of build, there's no reason. I stand by taking $3 bill, by the way. You're not going to get me to stand down on that point. Regardless of what you might say. Manster 2. Not a fan. But I can be tempted to be one if he decides to go down rather quickly. Let's take a look. Yeah, no, this is working out just fine. I am pretty happy with this as a result. Well, shot speed and tears up. I'll take it. Already seen the devil deal, so I mean, this is. I probably don't want to immediately just go below here. Well. Joker. Nah, not important. It's not going to activate if I... Okay. I don't remember exactly how that do, but I remember it not being the nicest. What do you got? 2 of spades. I'll use it right now. Whatever. I don't care. I'll use anything. Just give me whatever. I'll take it. Let's just get rid of this before... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, thanks at least. Not super useful. Judgeless ye be judged. Sun, yes, lest ye be the sun. Yeah, you know what I can do, though? Hopefully not blow myself up there, but that's exactly what happened. Oh, well. Oh, well. Well, this is not looking too good health-wise, but it's only like one hop and a skip back to getting much better health-wise. You know? This is a weird room. Is this a new one? I swear I've never seen it before. Nah, well, anyway. Come on, give me... Oh, I certainly have more than enough keys right now. So, sure. Dim Bulb, I suppose, getting me some good stuff. Well, I'll play you like a couple times. That's as far as I'm willing to go. Sorry, my dude. Pay out better next time. Cool. It's not great. Everything except for the health is just fine. It's just fine. It's all looking hunky-dory here. Come on. I can only hope that I find the shop soon enough. Well, I suppose I've already used the suppose I've already used the sun card. I should know exactly where this is now, shouldn't I? He who dares wins. Sticking with it. Sticking. I don't think that works very well with the thing here, but hey, new items. That's cool. Can't say no to new items. Never say no to new items. Ha-cha-cha. I was kind of hoping that would blow up one of the skulls, but, you know, Eggman McMuffin had different design decisions in mind, I suppose. Please give me some help. Maybe I should just let Bumfriend kind of take it from here, because, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Oof, the mirror, my reflection, is not doing me nice here. Get out of here, you. And then, question mark card. Yeah, well, is it really any worse than Jokester? I suppose not. Yeah, I was got kind of trapped in the geometry there for a second. Ooh boy, ooh boy. This is... God, why even bother? God, why even bother when it's this? This is like, you know, please. Yeah, great. Oh, God, it's, yeah. I don't like this at all. Actually, kind of like that. But everything else, I should just... What does it even matter? I'm not going to be finding any more stuff on this floor or in the game, period. The stuff I'm talking about, of course, being shops, so there's no real reason to take that sort of stuff right now is what I'm trying to say. This is not good. That's fun, but not what I'm looking for.
Judgment.
Sure. I might be able to get a little bit of extra health from this guy. I got a very high likelihood of giving me a health item payout, so that's not what I'm looking for. Doesn't matter at all. Okay. Okay, and one more thing will be the optimal okayness that I... Wait, just let him take it. Good. Not that good. Okay, no, this is probably what I could possibly want more than anything else. Because there's high likelihood that one of these things... gonna pair out with something, right? Nope, not at all. In fact, it was actually very unlikely, evidently. Some sort of health. Spun would actually be pretty fun, but not right now. Straw. No. Bursting sack. Spider immunity. Maybe? No. Tech. TNT. It's dynamite. Nah, well, whatever. At least it'll be easier to, I don't know, get my dim bulb activated, I guess. Maybe. Come on. Yeah, take that, and then come on. You're really doing me dirty here, aren't you, kid? Child leash? Can I just get, like, something else here? A singular soul heart would might be my keys to the kingdom. And as it turns out, temperance, again, not really what I'm looking for. Maybe, no, nothing. Sorry, nothing. Okay, well, that works out anyway, I suppose.
Fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else, Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
All right, cool.